Good morning, Breakfast Club family. This is Mark Stevens for your host, Joe Shoup. Top of the morning to you. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Had a tough working day yesterday. So I hope everybody else's day went fine and hope you have a great day today. We have been working and working and working. And Joe will not be with us today because I sent him to bed again. I'm going to give you an update on where we are with our new funnel. But I do have some things that I want to talk about that are, to me, that are urgent and that are very important to me, and hopefully it's important to you and the people that you know. Now, let me say this, that, people in the company say not to mention three-letter agencies. And I'm not necessarily going to do that. But let me tell you something. And again, that's why I'm proud and glad that we have our own platform, that I believe in freedom of speech, and that I will say what I want to say on this platform. I will do everything that I can to comply with company compliance, regulations, and all of that. But one thing I will not do is I will not shuck my responsibility. I will not knowingly know something and not share it with my family, which is you, as I do my, immediate family, and let them know what's going on that can affect them. Because I'm not necessarily going to protect me, not just to protect you. That's not me. That's not how I'm made. So let me get into what I want to talk about, and then towards the end, I'll give you an update as to where we are. I will say this. By tomorrow, we should be finished, based on what I know. But I never want to give an exact date, because when you do that and it doesn't happen, people get upset. And I don't want people upset with me. I can't control that because I'm not the one that's making the changes. I'm not the one that's in the Philippines that's doing the coding and all of that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But this is what I want to talk about right now, because I'm quite sure that probably 90% of you on this broadcast have no inkling what's being done behind the scenes. And I want to talk about what a three-letter agency, and I'm going to name the agency because some of you probably don't know this agency, but to me, it's the internal rip-off agency. That's the agency I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all know about that agency, but I've been knowing about them a long time and never liked them, never have, never will, because all they do is take and steal. Internal rip-off agency. Well, let me tell you what's happening. And I've been telling y'all to keep very little money in the bank, and well, that's what I've been doing, keeping very little money in the bank and no money in paper. Did you know that making cash deposits in your bank can subject you to account seizure by the internal rip-off agency? Let me say that again, because I want to make myself perfectly clear this morning. Do you realize that making deposits in your bank can subject you to account seizure by the internal rip-off agency? And the reason I say that, this is exactly what's been happening to many small business owners, which you are and I am and we are, all across the United States, for simply engaging in the suspicious activity of making routine business deposits. You make routine business deposits, but you're being looked at as engaging in suspicious activity. Now, how can making deposits in your business account become suspicious activity? Well, guess what? For doing that, your account can be seized. Now, I recently, I told you I do a lot of research and everything, but I recently came across an article in which a former, let me see, how do I put this? A former federal prosecutor. And this former federal prosecutor told the New York Times that the Internal Ripoff Agency are going after people that are really not criminals. They're middle-class citizens. Now you notice that the middle class is really sinking today. But they're middle-class citizens who have never had any trouble with the law. And these are the same middle-class citizens like you and me who make deposits in our business accounts that are subject to seizure by the Internal Ripoff Agency. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this can be broadcasted all over the United States. It's all right with me, because I'm telling you what's happening to you and what can happen to you. Now, according to this report now, this policy from the Internal Ripoff Agency has affected everyone from dairy farmers in Maryland, which is next to where I live at in Virginia, and also to cash based businesses in Iowa, places like that. And one lady who had a restaurant who was making deposits in her business account was ripped off for $33,000 at the time of her seizure. So she's now on the hooks for piles of loans and credit, card debt she has to pay, but she cannot get it because her funds have been seized. And it just hinders her from doing her business and what she needs to do, and she hasn't been doing anything illegally. So I figured I better warn you of that. And when I came across this information, I was wanting to do this for you to pay attention to this and take the necessary steps to protect yourself from the kind of the powers that be overreach. Let me put it that way. I ain't name no names. And like I said, you're not familiar with the Internal Ripoff Agency. I know that. You're not familiar with that agency. You won't find it in the phone book. But the one that I know, that's the name I gave them. And that's what they do. And that's what they're doing. So what I want to do here is I said, well, you know what? I need to research this a little more, because if that's the case and if that's going on, which I'm not surprised, then I need to notify my family and my friends and my, people that I love and care about. I need to alert them as to what's going on. Because if they don't know, it could happen to them. And if I knew about it and didn't tell them, how am I going to sleep? And I sleep pretty well at night. So I started doing a little research. And I came across an article. And it says, it says Internal Ripoff Agency seizure of bank accounts of everyday Americans boasts the benefit of, this is a good part though, of gold. So what it does, it boasts the everyday Americans, it boasts the benefit of Karatbars. Because who are we independent affiliates of? Karatbars. So how does that, how does that happen? I mean, how does this take effect? Well, first of all, let's kind of talk about why is the Internal Ripoff Agency seizing bank accounts. Number one, as I've been telling you, of the particular agency that I know about, they're broke. They're over $17 trillion in debt, can never be paid. They expect your children and your grandchildren to pay for it. So they have to do something. And their cohorts, what they're doing, they've decided to target small businesses, business owners that make cash deposits in bank accounts. And this supposed crime that has been committed by various Americans, and we haven't committed any crimes by putting our money in the bank. So, you know, we haven't broke any laws because they're the ones that set up the system for us to do this. And we put money in the bank for the correct intended purposes. But yet the Internal Ripoff Agency views large cash deposits under $10,000 as suspicious, because this is the kind of financial activity that's, you know, that's often deemed to be suspicious. So what kind of sense does that make? So who are these criminals that they're trying to put us out of business? They're putting us out of business. If they take all your money, you're basically out of business. And, you know, when this, I think it was this prosecutor, when they was asked, you know, who has been targeted, they said that they're going after people who are really not criminals. So that has to be us. We're not drug dealers. You know, we don't deal cocaine and all that crazy stuff or whatever. We run legitimate businesses, successful businesses from home, and that's what we teach other people to do. But they're saying that if we put deposits in our bank, you know, rather than on our beautiful MasterCard, like I do, they're gonna take it. They're gonna steal it. And they're gonna make up something that you have to prove, because guess what? You're guilty until you've proven yourself innocent with them. So I'm saying that two things. What they're doing is bad. And the good thing is that we have a method to stop them. What are you going to do, Breakfast Club family? What are you going to do, Karatbars affiliates? What are you going to do? Protect yourself and your co-affiliates and your family and your friends, those that you care about like I do. So that's what's going on. And something needs to be done about it. And remember, the most important economy is the one in your home, and you're the only one that can really do something about it. So now let me give you a little good news. Well, that was half bad, half good. I don't like to be negative, but you know what? Let me say this. If the truth is negative, then it's negative. But you should know the truth. And it's the truth that you know that really makes you free. It's not that you're going to know the truth and the truth will make you free. It's the truth that you know that makes you free. Because everything that they call truth is not truth. And let me tell you something. If something is a fact, you don't really have to believe it. You don't have to prove it. It's a fact. It's right there in front of your face. That's how I operate. So I hope I pray that I don't offend anybody, but it is what it is. And I'm going to tell you the truth that I know of. Now, there is another agency, and I can call their name. They're called the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. And let me tell you what they did that was shocking to me. I mean, shocked me. Now, we all know, and I'm quite sure you can see around where the states that you live in and around the country, that gas prices have gone down. I could really get into the true reason and all of that, but that's really a part of a rabbit hole, believe it or not, and I'm not going to get into that. But the prices have been going down. That has been helping a lot of people. But guess what they did? You know, 2015, January 1st, the new tax laws take effect. And there's certain tax laws that affect us as small business owners and as people that are working in home-based businesses. Because we do what? We create jobs. We create businesses. And that's what the powers that be want us to do. So they can take more of our money, but be that as it may, that's the way it works. Well, guess what? Instead of reducing, like I thought they would do, what you get for mileage for use of your vehicle. Remember when I told y'all that one year I put over 30,000 miles on my Mercedes-Benz, and I didn't care what I paid for the Mercedes-Benz because to me it was just a tool, and I must have wrote off about $13,000. which was a tax savings of almost about $7,000. And if you're not doing that, you need to be doing it. You need to find out how to do that and take advantage of it. When you go out to talk to somebody about your Karatbars business, that mileage to and from your office is a tax deductible event. And like I've been telling y'all, everything you do, you want to make it a tax deductible event. When you eat, don't eat by yourself. Take somebody with you, talk to them about your business, or buy somebody lunch that will allow you to talk to them about your Karatbars business and write off 50% of the meal that you bought for the both of you. Make it a tax deductible event. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. Now, this year, it's 57.5 cents a mile. That is something to smile about. 57.5 cents a mile. So that means this year, and as I told y'all, it's already started, you know, after the Breakfast Club, I am gone. I'm not here. I'm out belly to belly talking to people and conducting my business, not just from home, but out there as well. I'm online, offline, cross-line, all of that. Because I like getting 57.5 cents a mile for going somewhere to talk about my business, and also taking somebody to eat and deducting half the cost of the meal. That helps, you know, promote my business, and it defers some of the costs of running my business. And maybe one day we'll do a session on that like we used to do. We're going to be doing a lot of things this year. So that's what's happening there. And I want you to know so that you can be prepared. And I'm telling you, if you got a lot of money in the bank, don't do that. I'm telling you not to do it. I'm not telling you not to put any money in the bank, because like I said, we've been set up on this system, whether it's to our liking or not. To me, it's a toxic system, but you know what? It's a necessary evil. But we have an answer to that too, because guess what? You should have 2 bank accounts. You have to have one in this evil system, but then you have to have one to protect what you have in this system, whatever you can accumulate, and that's a that's a gold-backed savings account. Is that not what we teach people how to have and how to do? Is that what it's all about? That's how you're going to protect your assets, by having a gold-backed savings account and having a beautiful MasterCard that can protect your money. And let me tell you, if you're dealing in euros right now, it's better than US dollars anyway. It's worth more. I don't know if y'all have noticed that or not. I'd rather get paid in gold, and I'd rather get paid in euros. And you need to understand that. Those of you that don't, those of you that are new, you need to understand that. Those of you that have been around and you haven't done anything about it, take heed before it's too late, because it's happening already. And let me tell you, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And there are plans for you that you have no inkling about. So let's talk about our new funnel and our presentation, because that's going to be the saving grace as well. Let me tell you something. As many of you know, by profession, I am a financial planner and business consultant. And I have been paid handsomely for doing that. And the reason I'm reminding you of that is that when I tell you things, I'm not just talking out of the side of my neck. I'm telling you truth. I have been helping people for over 40 years now doing that. And that's why I shared with you for free. My family, I shared with them basically for free most times. Now, this presentation, because like I said in my research and everything as well, and I've been telling you, the baby boomers are catching it. The baby boomers, which are a lot of our parents, And a lot of your grandparents were told, look, go to school, get an education, go for grade school, middle school, high school, college, spend all that money to get that degree, and you might can get a job. And then if you do get that job, work it for 40 years, and it's called the 40-40-40 plan. And after 40 years, then we want you to try to retire on 40% of your income. Who can do that? And they still in our bank accounts. And guess what? The next thing, and it's starting already, they're going for your pensions. Don't be surprised if you start hearing a little birdie talking to you, said, yeah, you know what? They're talking about nationalizing pensions now. You better have a self-directed IRA backed by gold, full of gold, silver, precious metals. That's what you need to have. Yeah, I said it. That's what you need to have. Now, that presentation, as I was saying, it addresses a lot of the things that I talk about, and I'm talking about now, and come tomorrow or at the latest Monday, hopefully we will be operating it, that you can use it right away, that you can help save a lot of people, because they're going to need it. The millennials, they don't know what to do. They don't know the top from the bottom, from the inside out. And a lot of them are shaking their head. This won't happen to me. You know this? Guess what? If you're not doing something about it, it's happening to you more sooner than later. And if you don't think it's happening, check with your parents and your grandparents, those that have been through it and that are going through it now. But if you want help, you need to find a Karatbars affiliate and let them help you through this situation. So, the coding has been done that I talked about yesterday. But what has happened is that when we had to change a lot of the letters, and we had to slant it towards this presentation as well. And when you do that, you can't just do that with Tools Rock. You have to change a lot of other things, and we weren't aware of that before. We are now. You do and you learn. And like I said, we're not letting this out until it's right. We're not going to put something out for you to get tripped up on or have all these challenges with or anything like that. That's not the way that we do business. Joe Shoup, Mark Stevens, Victor Shattuck, people like us, we do things right by the customer. We do right by our customers, and we do right by the people around us. And that's you. So that's been the holdup, and I think we got maybe about 3 or 4 more letters to get done today. And the coding has been done and all of that. It's ready to go up on the platform. Some things are probably there right now, but you just can't see them. We will let you know between now and Monday, prayerfully, that the switch can be turned on, and you can just go and have a holiday, a fun day, and grow your business like never before. I can't wait. And I'm the one help putting it together. So be assured that it ain't about buying gold. Be assured that it ain't about hype. But be assured it's about education. It's about terminology and perception, making sense, and it's about teaching people how to have a successful business working from home. It's about having the proper tools for people to work with, so when they get involved with your business, that they don't have to sit back and wonder, but they can get started right now, today, in growing their business. And guess what? If you brought them in this business and their business grows, what happens to your business? I would think it grows as well. I would think it grows as well. So, Breakfast Club family, Karatbars family, we're close. We're closer than close. And we're going to get this thing right. Now, let me say this. We're about helping and loving one another. We're not about tearing down one another. We're not about getting over on one another. We're about helping and loving. That's what it's all about. And when you bring someone into this business, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to help them understand, to help them grow, and to help them to teach others how to grow and understand. Because this is what creates duplication. This is what creates growth. And if we do our job, because I guarantee you Karatbars is doing their job, and if you do your job, and our job is to grow this company, we will be eternally blessed with what we need to take care of ourselves and our family through this one particular company. Now, I know some of you have, and you have multiple streams of income. But the things in this that we teach, it helps those companies as well. And if you're working with those companies, it helps you use the principles there as well, because it works everywhere. Online, offline, cross-line, sideline, brick and mortar, mud, shacks, whatever you have, it works. And that's why we do it. And before we close out in the next 10 minutes, I am going to address some questions, because I'm expecting tomorrow, between tomorrow and Monday, I'm expecting to turn on the switch and say, family, let's go. Let's ride into the sunset, and let's walk the streets paved with gold, and let's change lives. Let's change people. Let's change countries. Let's change cities and states. And most of all, let's change this world. So, before I go to the question box, good morning, Victor, if you're there. I want to know if you have anything you want to add before we check the question box. Okay, you might have to make an adjustment. I see you, but I don't hear you. But when you can, I'll see when you chime in, and I'll come back to you. In the meantime, oh, there you are. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How about you?
I'm on my soapbox, and I'm fantastic and amazing. Headed to phenomenal. By the time we get through on Monday, we'll be awesome.
Hold on a minute.
Okay. So while we wait for Victor to come back here, that's how I feel today. I feel great. Many of you probably don't notice it. I've been suffering from a virus for the last 2 weeks, and I have been weak as you can be, and I've been tired and all of that, but I'm not really one to complain, because I know I have y'all prayers and everything, and I said, no, I'm not going to miss a breakfast club. I'm going to work through it, and I'm about I'm about halfway there, and that's why I'm so excited too, because my energy is coming back, and I'm going to run my mouth, and I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to let you know what you need to know based on what knowledge I have, that we can do what we need to do to help people. And you know what? Doesn't matter who don't like it. When you do the right thing, everybody don't have to like it. And you know what? When you do the right thing, a lot of people don't like it, because they're not accustomed to doing the right thing, being the right thing, and having the right thing. We have people like that in this world, but that's okay, because we know how to fight. We know how to fight for the ones we love, for the ones we care about, for our friends and our family. Isn't that right, Victor?
That's right. We do. Sorry. I got too many things going on this morning.
Busy people are successful people, Victor.
Yes, I know, but that was family issues. So, okay. What's going on? I missed half of what you said. I had some technical difficulties, and then, you know, my headset wasn't working. So,
well, I tell you what. Maybe we'll be able to cover some of that in the chat box based on the questions that we get. But I've been on my soapbox about, you know, the companies said they don't want us calling the names of 3-letter agencies, and I didn't. I said I'm going to talk about an agency that nobody knows about, and I call them an internal rip-off agency.
I've heard that podcast.
Yeah, okay, that's what I've been talking about, and then I talked about the prosecutor who talked to the New York Times to alert them what was going on and everything. And like I said, I'm gonna go tell it on the mountain. And everything. And you know, those are the things that we're gonna do.
Okay.
I said I will go tell it on the mountain. What's happening that affects us in a negative way, and how we can do to go against it. That we come out with the victory and walk the streets paved with gold.
Amen. Yep, I agree.
So let's check the chat box. Can you see it, Victor, still?
I can, yes. I can see it now.
Okay, why don't you go through that and you know, let's address that together.
Yeah, I had trouble. Paulette said that she was having trouble with the webinar, constantly reloading. I had an issue this morning where I had to reload twice. So there's, you know, we got to remember that we're communicating through the airwaves, and sometimes there are circumstances way beyond our control, and this cold weather that is going on, I'm sure, has some effect. So bear with us, because the platform was working, and the third time I came in, everything came in great.
I started the broadcast at exactly 10:55, and I had actually opened it, which it wasn't live, but I opened it at 10:45. So we do that now. We open it at 10:45 now, so that Victor, Joe, and myself, if we have any technical difficulties that we need to deal with, or anything that we need to deal with before the broadcast, we have that time to do that. But every day, this broadcast will start at exactly 10:55.
Right. Okay, I was, and I'm sorry, I have to duck off again. I have some people in the doctor's office right now.
Okay, well, I will start answering these questions and comments. Andrea says, Mark, I think I saw medical deductions are being raised to from 7.5% to 10%. Another ding. Well, that's a good one. That's another surprise. And let me tell you this: for some of you that don't know, and let me preface this: I am not giving tax advice, because I am not your tax advisor. But I will say this: that you, as small business home-based owners, you don't really have to worry about that, because you can have a program where you have 100% medical deductions in your business. I can't get into it, but I'm telling you, you have that. Your medical deductions and bills and all that can be 100% tax deductible, and you don't have to worry about that 7.5% and 10%. That's why I don't pay attention to that anyway. Okay. Okay, Brian is asking, where do I find the scripts? Well, you don't find the scripts right now. They will be, the information pertaining to the new funnel and everything are going to be in the Tools Rock back office. And it's going to be in the vault back there as well. So those that have Tools Rock, you will have access to it. Those that don't have Tools Rock, you need to get in touch with us, and you need to get Tools Rock so you can have access to that information. And let me make this clear, and everybody understand, this is not a Karatbars doing or presentation. This is an AdTech Worldwide presentation. It is copyrighted. It won't be out on the internet, or it shouldn't be out on the internet, because if it is, and we find out, Joe said you'll be talking to his lawyer, to our lawyers then, put it that way. So you will have access to everything that you need, and you will be able to have this presentation through your funnel in Tools Rock, and you'll be able to share with whoever you like to share it with. But in the back office, it will be in PDF form, and because it's not to be changed. And you can use all the tools you want and change it if you like or whatever like that, but just make sure you have your attorney ready. And we don't mean that in a negative way, in a threatening way. It's just the way that it is. Because go to JP Morgan and do something of theirs and change it or whatever like that, and see what type of lawyers that'll be ringing your phone and sending stuff to your mailbox. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, Gloria. You use the answer from your communication class scripts because that's what it's based on too. And that's why we encourage everybody to take the communication class, because all this that we have done, that we are doing, is based on the new presentation and it's based on the communication scripts. That's how I talk every day. That's how I talk to people. Who do you know that we're interested in a career change for the right money? My company is in a major expansion. We're looking for people who are honest, ambitious, and work well with people, who are interested in having a successful business working from home. John, have you ever had a successful business working from home? Things like that. That's how I talk now. I don't talk like I used to. That's how I talk. And I get good response and get good answers because that's what it's about. That's the way to do it. Brian says, what is the best way to overcome people saying that this is a scam or a pyramid? Here's your answer, Brian. No, don't address them directly. No, this is not a scam. This is the name of the company is Karatbars International. It has been in business for about almost 5 years now. It is a World Trade approved organization. It's an e-commerce company, much like Amazon.com, but we're in the precious metal field. And we show people how to have gold savings account. And another thing, if you have your Karatbars MasterCard, you show it to them. Say that no company that is a scam, MasterCard would not let them have this of their own. And that's all you need to do. And let me tell you, then if they still think it's a scam and not willing to do some research or whatever to find out that it's not a scam or a pyramid, then they're not your type of person. They're not your interested party. Move on without them. It's as simple as that, Brian. Okay, let's see here. Paulette, no, we do not have a call-in number. This is a Hangout, and it's connected to our platform, so there is not a call-in number. Now, every now and then, and let me say this to everybody, because we had to, Vic, you can back me up on this, we had to understand this, that when you're dealing with technology, no matter how good it is, it's not guaranteed. It's technical. So some things are going to happen when you don't want them to happen, and you just have to deal with it. And so that's what we do. We deal with it the best way that we can. But I'll tell you this, the platform that we have is 100 times better than any platform that we ever have because of what we can do and how we can do it. Okay. Yeah, Brian, that's right. Get a Karatbars debit card when you start making monies with Karatbars. Now, me, I didn't wait till I started making money. I got it right away. As soon as they made it available and you could pay for it, I did that because when you have it and they're going to load it, you'll possibly be 2 weeks before you can get to your money because it has to be, it's paid this week, you earn this week, it's paid next week, and then it has to be loaded. Whereas if you already have it, when it's paid this week and it's loaded next week, you got it. You don't have to wait an extra week. How do we get the Karatbars debit card? Okay, first of all, before you can get it, you have to have a silver package. And once you have a silver package, it will appear on your website where you can actually go in and purchase the Karatbars debit card. But you can't do it until you have a silver package. Other than that, you have to wait till you have a certain amount of money that you've earned in euro, and then they'll automatically purchase it for you and send it to you. That's the way it works, based on my latest knowledge. Yes, Jim Rab, this is live. We are talking live. This Webinar Jam broadcast is live, and it's going all over the place, and it's live. So that's why we're careful what we say, how we say it, and who we say it to. But we do tell the truth. So live and in living color, if I might say that. So, and yes, we do like to have fun. This is a family. We love each other. We care for each other, and we like to have fun. But we're very serious in what we say. We're very serious in that. So it's about 11:36. You know, hopefully those of you that are new that are chiming in, please come back again. Invite other people. Those of you that have been coming in every day, invite other people. You know what? Let me tell you, the things that are happening and that are going to be happening that will affect you, you need to invite other people to this broadcast, because it might be the only way that they find out something that's going to affect them in a negative way and that will change their entire life in a negative way. And you could have brought them here and they could have found out. So I'm going to leave that at that. If everybody brings somebody new every day and we grow this family, and so that they can get the information and that you can bring information that we all need to know, because we don't know everything, but we know a few things. You don't know everything, but you know some things that we don't know. And if you bring that, then we can share it and we can continually help each other. So I'm gonna check the box one more time. Looks like we've entertained all the questions. Oh, okay, Abi, we're still working on the Breakfast Club University website. That's being worked on as we speak. And that'll be coming pretty soon. We're working on the chat room. The AdTech Worldwide chat room will be in place very soon. We're working on that, putting people in place, and making sure that we're gonna all know the ground rules and things of that nature, because I'll tell you one right now, you will have had to have gone through the workshop in order to be in that chat room, because of the things that we're going to be doing in there. It's not a chat room that you can put anything in there, that you can advertise just anything in there and things of that nature. It's not that. It won't be that. So that's being worked on. Okay. Yes, Max, I look to be communicating with Joe sometime today. I sent him to bed. I didn't talk to him this morning. I got an email, and I got an email update from him. So I know it's been kind of hard to reach him, but we had to get these things worked on. Sometimes I can't even reach him, but it is what it is. But the wait is well worth the wait. So I do expect to be connecting with him today, because we expect to be finalizing some things and, in the funnel and things of that nature that I've been talking about all week. So let's hope that tomorrow is the day, and definitely by Monday and everything. So, because we're definitely working on it. We're definitely at work. So with that being said, peace and blessings to everyone. Love you very much. You're the loves of my life as well. I want to do whatever I can and know to help protect you from evil, from things that are not good for you. And we're going to keep working hard for you. We're going to keep working hard together as a family to help each other out, to help each other grow, to help each other grow our business. This is the year to grow your business. Don't wait till tomorrow, next week. Because remember, there are only 2 days that you can't do anything. And that's yesterday and tomorrow. And we've explained to you the reasons why. But if you don't, if this is the first time you're hearing this, think about it. And then we'll talk about that again in the near future. So with that being said, peace and blessings to you. Go out, make it a phenomenal day. Change a life, help change a career, change a family, city, state, country. And most of all, help us to make a change in this world, that the world don't have to be so stressed, that they can have time freedom, financial freedom, freedom to be with their friends and their loved ones, go where they want in peace and everything, and just enjoy life, because that's what life was made for, to enjoy. And that's what I want for my family. So with that being said, this is Mark Stevens for our host, Joe Shoup, saying peace and love to you. Go out, make it a great day, and we will see you tomorrow morning back here on The Breakfast Club. Make it a great day, everybody.